what could be the reason that a monetizable solution was prioritized over a non-monetizable?
Oh my goodness, am I gonna get in trouble, man? Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. I appreciate you guys showing up, and I appreciate you commenting and making friends. And y'all probably, these are soldiers that y'all are making comrades in the comment section. That's what you're making. Lifelong comrades, soldiers that's going to walk side by side with you, and we're going to be marching, right? And we're going to be taking God's law. But we're about to check out a conversation between my man and my other man. People inside of the chat, they don't know who I'm talking about right now. Y'all make sure y'all go to lfrfamily.com whenever y'all get a moment and ask me about that bang bang tea.
So as we told you, we sat down yesterday with Russell Brand, the comedian, actor, and now frankly kind of a public intellectual, for about an hour and a half on our show Tucker Carlson Today. We want to share more of it tonight. In particular, Brand spent a lot of time thinking about and telling us about the lockdowns, and the point of them was maybe the clearest explanation we have heard of what we've just lived through.
Why is this something that shows up under all videos that's talking about the C word?
I think provided a lens through which we could scrutinize the machinery of power and how the intentions and agenda of power are able to play out, coalesce, and let's call it conspire when a crisis occurs. How a globalist tendency to increase surveillance, a big tech appetite to capture data, and a comparable appetite within government converge. As the great American comedian George Carlin used to say, there is no need for conspiracy where interests converge.
Is it against the rules for someone to tell him how daggone smart he is? I've noticed that when he's on these shows, man, I'm just guessing that the people who are interviewing him and sitting across from him and just listen to him speak are like, bruh, this dude is sharp as hell.
American comedian George Carlin used to say, there is no need for conspiracy where interests converge. It seems that even if at its advent it was a legitimate crisis, and I certainly wouldn't make any contention around that, it was opportunistically handled in order to enhance regulation and control.
Hey, safe travels, best auntie ever.
At a time where regulation and control are increasingly difficult to implement as people are more suspicious of institutional power. So in a sense, the best way to understand, I believe, is to take out of it and look at how the institutions, both corporate and government, behaved around it.
Take it out of it, take the C word out of it, and look at how corporate interests and government behaved around it. Wow, this dude he's kicking game, man. He's kicking game. Hold on.
Control at a time where regulation and control are increasingly difficult to implement as people are more suspicious of institutional power. So in a sense, the best way to understand, I believe, is to take out of it and look at how the institutions, both corporate and government, behaved around it. How did they benefit? How did they utilize it? What narratives did they disseminate, and which narratives did they control and curtail?
We just talked about this. We just now talked about this, man. The biggest scandal in America, watch before it gets deleted. That's the joint that I was just now checking out. And I need y'all to go check that out, man, because he was given the same facts that Russell Brand is given. Even
with the recent text messages from our health minister at that time, Matt Hancock, you can explicitly see it was exploited. Oh no, we need to scare people. Is there any way high net worth individuals can get into the country? All these conversations that many people that are cynical about the behaviour of the powerful believed were happening were indeed happening. The way that natural immunity was discussed proved to be true, i.e. that natural immunity is effective. They probably understood earlier than they admitted that natural immunity was effective, and for reasons that, well, what could it be? What could be the reason that a monetizable solution to was prioritized over a non-monetizable? Is there anyone involved in the situation that has a profit motive?
Does that make sense? How come we're always skeptical of everything? But when it came to this, people was believing the very first thing that they heard. It was just like, okay, where did it come from? It came from there? Okay, thank you. And how are we going to take care of it? We got to pay for this? Okay, thank you. That's it. Just following whatever rules was being smacked in our face. I think it was because we were forced to. We were forced to. Because if anybody was to say anything contrary to, oh my goodness, am I going to get in trouble, man? Oh my goodness. This is another one of them videos.
Let's look at the data. And like, you know, so what it was just revelatory, like the apocalypse always will be. The apocalypse is revelation of all what was always there. Corruption, convergence of interests, alliances. This is not conspiratorial. This is the moot recital of economic interests and the ordinary movements of the powerful. If people can honour one another and talk to one another in good faith and recognise that anybody is like this whole debate between like that I've sort of felt a little bit around me even for coming here. I feel like it used to just be normal that someone in your family would be a conservative and someone in your family would be liberal and someone in your family would be socialist and someone in your family would be trans and someone in your family would be gay and different races are coming together. This is part of who we are. And if it isn't part of who we are, it's certainly part of who we need to become. And it's something that we need to deeply, deeply encourage immediately in the moment now.
Hold up. We need to encourage that there's a part of your family that's trans and a part of your family that's gay and a part of your family that's black and a part of your family that's white and part of your family that's homeless and part of your family that got a job and part of your family that smoke crack, part of your family that only smoke weed, part of your family that drink liquor, part of your family that only drink water, part of your family that... So we need to have all of that. Where are you getting? Okay, I get it, and I keep on telling y'all the kumbaya moment. I'm not with all that. I think it's beautiful that we are all different, but I don't think it's beautiful that we decide to just rid ourselves of God's law and just do whatever and expect for anybody around us to accept it simply because we are what we say we want to be. No, I am not there yet. I don't know if I'll ever be there. I'm not. I'm just, I do believe that there's like, I just now watched the video where a man dressed like a lady was yelling at some dude, some little cashier dude who was being polite in the store that said, "Thank you, sir." Now, this dude stand like 6'3", 6'4", but he got on a pink shirt, some pink shoes, and a little purse and some lipstick on. But I guess since he's dressing the part, you know what I mean? He's like, "Call me ma'am." And about to fight him and cussing at him and offering him to come outside so he can whoop his... Come on, bro. No. Nah. That's where we are right now. We are where everybody, every single month, every single week, there's another new thing that's coming from that now is a part of the rules, and sometimes it's unwritten rules that we have to buy into simply not to be canceled by somebody or criticized or banned from one of these platforms, so to speak, man. I think that's BS. And
it's something that we need to deeply, deeply encourage immediately in the moment now.
And you think that can be done?
It's the only option, and therefore it cannot be discussed, it must be implemented. Because the alternative, we can see, from the tendency towards geopolitical disaster, a set of centralized interests who seem to unconsciously be directing us towards nuclear Armageddon, if not with Russia, then with China.
This brother is cool as hell, man. He cool as a fan, bro. You cool as a fan, Russ.
They have to be interrupted. It simply has to happen. There is no choice. And in a situation where there's no choice, human ingenuity and our collegiate spirit must take over. We have no option but to find it in ourselves, to forgive one another, to move forwards, to love one another, values that may seem a little hokey and old-fashioned.
I like that. Love one another. Love everyone. All right, love everyone. Love people, man. You're gonna get it back. All right, if you want love, love somebody.
Because
you're gonna get it back, trust me.
Pertain to things that are ineffable and difficult to describe, but are vital and that we all understand.
You know what I mean? Here's the thing. Y'all are awesome. And like, I love that right there, Crookedy. You can't love anybody else unless you love yourself. If every time you look in the mirror, you see something to complain about, you see something to gripe about, and you don't love that person that you see every single day that you're responsible for more than anyone else in the world, let me tell you something. Just like Crookedy just now said, you got to love yourself first. And if you don't love yourself, you're not fooling yourself when you act. You're not fooling anybody else either when you act like you love other people. You're not. And you're not fooling God either. Just that's you know what I mean? I should have said that first, but a lot of y'all don't even believe in God. At the end of the day, though, you should believe in yourself. Man, Russell Brand, he's a dope guy. And I don't agree with every single thing he says, obviously, but that's all right. I hope that some of y'all don't agree with every single thing that I say, because that's not a relationship. I believe that we are, getting a nice relationship, a nice friendship, you know what I mean? A nice fellowship. because that's what we have to do. We have to build certain bridges. We have to build these bridges. These conversations are bridges. I can't understand where you're coming from. You can't understand where I'm coming from. And once we talk, boom, we settled that. Now we can extend our branches. You know what I mean? More bridges, more bridges, more bridges, more bridges, more conversations, more understanding, less hate, more love. That's how it's supposed to go.